Hello there, and welcome back. I'm on page 22 of the workbook, and we're looking at problem 19. A bread recipe calls for 5 parts whole wheat flour to 2 parts chickpea flour. You have 1 1/3 cups of chickpea flour and 4 cups of whole wheat flour on hand. If you bake the largest loaf possible using this flour, how many cups of whole wheat flour will be left over? So the first thing I want to do is write my ratio. It's 5 parts whole wheat to, there's the word to that we've not thought of in a while, but it's still important. 2 parts chickpea. And this problem is to me quite complicated, so I'm going to set up a table. You don't have to, but I think it will help. So let's draw some horizontal lines and then some vertical lines. The coffee's kicking in. And let's make some rows because we're comparing 2 things and we need a total. Okay, so I'm going to say this is my whole wheat and this is the chickpea flour. And then this will be the total. Okay, so the recipe says that you need 5 parts whole wheat and 2 parts chickpea, so that's 7 parts total. Now, here's what I have on hand. You have 1 1/3 cups of chickpea flour and 4 cups of whole wheat flour. If you bake the largest loaf possible, how much of the whole wheat will be left? So this is what I have. I have 4 cups of the whole wheat, 1 1/3 cups of the chickpea flour. I am going to use all of this one, but this one will have some left over. And that's the key to this problem. You have to realize that you're going to use up the chickpea flour that you have on hand. So basically I'm going to use everything I have in the lower amount and then decide what's left over in the upper amount. So the proportion that I'm going to use is right here. We really don't have to have the total on this one. It's just my habit to do that. And since we're going to have some of this left over, that's the proportion I need to solve. Maybe this table wasn't such a hot idea, but let's see what we've got. Okay, so I have wheat and chickpea flour. The recipe is 5-2. I'm going to use all of my chickpea flour. So I'm going to put all of that I have into this recipe. That's the smaller amount. So I have less of the chickpea than the wheat, so I'm going to use all I have. And here's the multiplying. Your calculator will do that for you. You've got 5 times 1 ABC 1 ABC 3 equals 6 2/3. But don't forget you have to hit divide by 2. So 3 1/3 cups of whole wheat are needed to go with that chickpea flour that I'm throwing all I have in there. So if I have 4 cups, And I need 3 1/3 cups. What do I need to do? How much is left over? I need to say 4 minus 3 1/3. So you will have 2/3 of a cup left of the wheat. Guys, this is not an easy problem. It really isn't. On this one, if you just absolutely have no clue, make your best guess and just keep on going. Okay, number 20. Gregory has decided to run a marathon. He has been running 5K or 5-kilometer races to prepare for the marathon. He knows that a marathon is 26.2 miles and that 5 kilometers is approximately 3.1 miles. How many kilometers would he run if he ran a marathon? So I am comparing miles to kilometers. And it tells me that there are 26.2 miles in a marathon. And that there are approximately, 5 kilometers are approximately 3.1 miles. So this one's a little tricky with the setup. It's have to be careful that you match this one up correctly. And we're about to find out the number of kilometers in a marathon. So 26.2 times 5 is 131 divided by 3.1. And I'm thinking 42.25, So let's round. It looks like they've gone to tenths, so let's do that too. About 42.3 kilometers in our marathon. And I'm going to go with option C on that one. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and then I'll pick up with number 21.